We have Frank with us.
Oh, look how cute he looks sitting in his car.
One, it's my daughter's car. That's two.
Okay.
She took the better car to ASU with her, and I am just finished up with the doctor. So,
So how you
uh,
doing? Everything's good?
as good. I'm good enough to be on with you.
Well, you look very healthy. I will tell you that. You look quite healthy.
Well, I've dropped some weight, and I've gained. Well, only dropped a little bit of weight, gained a lot of muscle.
Good. Good.
Mhm.
Ooh, look at that.
Yeah,
Pipes.
yeah, yeah.
I'll go
Tough to
against you, Frank.
tough to
I'll have
fit.
a close run with you.
Tough to fit it in the car, but
But
but my giant head still fits, so there's plenty of room.
well, your head's not so giant. It's
No, it's pretty big. I
big
wear like a
noggin.
seven and three quarters baseball hat in high school, and when they would try to do wigs for me at Mad TV,
Oh
they
yeah.
would they would try to find they had to use like Walter Matthau's wig size or former wigs or Gina Davis, believe it or not.
Oh, Gina Davis. Yes, absolutely. Gina Davis all the way. I don't know. It's an interesting situation. That's all I have to say. Frank Caliendo with us, ladies and gentlemen. It's great to have you back on. We're just how many years have I known you now? God, it's been a long time.
73.
73 years. So I
73
was,
years of bliss.
You
you
can
weren't
believe
even
it.
born yet, and I was a little tiny baby. So it must have been a great meeting. That's all I
What am
have
I?
to
I'm
say.
51. Jeez, it's
No,
amazing to
really.
try and think how. So I probably met you at around 25-ish, 20,
It's
20
about right. Yeah.
low. Yeah, so it's been back quite some time.
No question, but it was really, really nice. It just, the connection was made and all that. Because when I did the KQRS morning show, nobody ever had comedians on before that. I don't know why in Minneapolis. They would never have a comedian on their show. And I thought, boy, what a big mistake that is. You get comedians on, people are laughing, having a good time. How is that a bad thing?
Yeah, I never know. I mean, you never know. Sometimes people just don't like giving up control of their show.
Oh, yeah.
So comedians tend to be pretty alpha, so they can take over. And then there's just worrying about what they're going to say, FCC type of stuff, those types of things. So you just never know. I mean, I don't know. The best radio hosts I know have a decent amount of guests on. I mean, they're not
Oh,
worried.
yeah.
They're not
Oh, yeah. Yep.
challenged. I mean, they're good interviewers or they're good setup people, and they don't try to. They let you talk, and they're not all only worried about getting to the next song. So
Yes.
it's there aren't that many do it. I mean, podcasts have taken the long form interview and made it relevant again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, it
Yep.
seems like a lot of what's happened in radio is that they've been consultanted to death, and just made everything into shorter, choppier segments. Um, and I mean, isn't it kind of proof that, well, I guess a podcast is different. The technology has changed a little bit where you can take the podcast with you all the time. And you can do that. You can stream radio now too. There was a time where you could only take the
Right.
podcast and you couldn't stream the radio, but now you can do that more. So I don't know if they've changed how they're programming. They still do the short, choppy programming. Well, that gives you a reason to tune out.
I
Yeah.
agree. I agree 100%. And yeah, Dave Hamilton. I don't know if you ever talked to Dave or not. You probably ran into him at some point, but he had this whole idea. He said, first of all, your voice is completely different than anybody else on the radio, so you're not going to sound like just another disc jockey to them. And then he said, we'll talk about things that nobody else wants to talk about, which is wonderful because you get a lot of listeners, but it's not so great when you're be called an asshole about every other person that you talk to because they don't agree with you. But that's
Right.
just that's just the way it was. Look, I mean, full disclosure, before I came back on the radio to do mornings in 1986, there was Knapp and Donuts, Knapp and Bush before that. The entire WCCO cast was phenomenal, whether it was afternoon drive, morning drive. I mean, Minneapolis, St. Paul was a great place to grow up in if you wanted to get into the radio because there were a lot of really good people, and still are a lot of really, really good people on the radio. And I don't know, is that going to cross? It usually crosses over to podcasting, though, doesn't it? Their shows.
Yeah, I think so. I think everybody, I mean, you have to have multiple platforms that you're doing. I was
Yeah.
talking to the ESPN radio guys in Chicago, and they're like, "Well, you get the radio hit, and then we do all sorts of all the different social media
Yes.
platforms,
Yep.
and YouTube is live with video. And, that's usually 100 or something people. But it's people who are engaged, fully
Right.
engaged. So those people are more, to have a better probability of doing something, or going to a game, going to a show or something like that, because they're fans.
Yeah, that makes total sense. Oh, I
Right.
should mention, by the way, obviously Andy, my son, is on the show with me. He's the engineer back there.
Nice to
But
meet you.
when I heard you were coming on, I also brought in a police officer and a psychiatrist. So
Guess what?
those are the two guys sitting on the couch there.
We're not going to tell you.
Perfect.
It all
so
works
you've
out.
so you've met my kids. Great.
Yeah, there you go. There it is. Yeah, I just wanted to open it up. I didn't want to take over the entire interview because you guys, I'm sure, have some questions for Frank, and just jump in at any time you want to because I love having people on the air. I remember when I first got to KQRS 40 years ago, and I talked about wanting to have somebody on constantly. They said, "Oh God, that'll never work. Radio people don't like that." Blah 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 blah. I said, "Well, let's give it a shot. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. We'll give it a couple of months or 3 months or whatever." Our numbers tripled in 3 months. So that kind of worked out. And you were a part of that. There's no question about it, Frank.
Yeah. I'm a tripler.
All the time.
I'm a 3X guy, three times,
So,
triple E.
as a psychologist, Jesse, is it interesting? I mean, have you ever interviewed a 4-star comedian actor before?
I have not. No. Frank, would you like to do a therapy session right here and now?
Yeah,
For
make it
everybody?
happen. Yeah, let's do it.
Actually, the thing that comes to my mind right now is thinking about what I know of you is all the different impressions, and so I imagine it would be kind of like it could be doing a session with somebody who has a lot of different personalities at the same time. Like,
I
Ooh,
was
good question.
just going to say that.
Mm.
yeah,
There's a personality lost in there somewhere.
And what, the police officers like arresting a gang?
Yeah.
What else is new?
yep. That's
That's
it.
That's a quota of 10 people right there.
What else is new? That's real nice. That's really sweet.
Well, it's interesting. So you talked about the short form, like those 5-minute long interviews on the radio.
5
And-
minutes. I'm talking about 2 minutes, people.
Yeah,
doing.
5
Yeah,
minutes
he's
if
gotta
you're
go.
lucky. Jesse earlier talked about why we started doing the podcast, and actually one of the reasons was because we wanted to do those longer interviews. Because since the beginning of the podcast, we've been having people on for 30, 45, even 60 minutes a lot of the time, and you cannot do that on radio. It's not possible.
No, I suppose it is true.
Yeah, I mean, because you're going to have definite commercial breaks and stuff like that. There's some people that do a little bit longer, maybe the 20 to 30 minutes.
But never an
Um,
hour.
Yeah, I mean, I'll sit in with shows the whole show, but I just hang out. It's almost like I'm part of
Right.
the show, but not like a deep conversation. That's very, very rare. It's change the subject. Change. The thing about podcasts too is if you're listening to it, you can fast forward. I've done that for podcasts I'm even interested in, right? You'll listen, you'll be like, well, they're getting to a part I don't really care about here. I want to get to this other part later. And then you come back and you might miss it, or you might come back and go over what you skipped, but you want to get to the certain parts, and there's that element of you have the control over it. So not when it's live streaming, but the fact that you can have that after the fact, you could be watching the live stream, zone out for a little bit, come back, and then watch the podcast, listen to the podcast.
No, that's a very good point, actually. And no question about that. I just, a lot of people are asking a lot of questions. Andy, you could probably read those a lot better than I can.
Oh,
because
Margaret and
it's-
Trevor, for some reason, Margaret brought up just Triangle Head from Silent Hill, but actually it's Pyramid Head. So just wanted to
Okay.
let you know
well,
that it's to
there is that.
not misname our friend Pyramid Head from Silent Hill.
That'd be good. There'd be no question about it.
Yes. Joe says we're long past the end time of the show. We're going till 12:30 today, so we got bonus content courtesy of Frank.
Exactly.
Frank, I did think of a question. So, I am a therapist and I'm also a comedian here locally. And one of the things that I have found interesting is that with my clients in therapy, it's all about being authentic. It's all about this connection. And as I found my own voice on stage, I tried to bring that same thing of connecting with the audience members, being authentic. And right now I'm thinking about, I do think of your impressions. That's how I found you. I fell in love with you doing your Madden impersonations and things like that. So one thing I'm thinking of right now is with you doing impressions when you're on stage. This might be a weird question, but does it feel like there's somewhat of a disconnect between you and the audience when you're personifying somebody else? Is that even a thing?
No, I think it's actually the opposite because they put a piece of me in the impression. So if an impression is if an impression is boring, that's why you watch a boring impressionist, right? They're just doing lines from a movie. They're not getting into it. They're not becoming the character and doing something new with it. They're just regurgitating a line you've heard a bunch of
Yep.
times.
Yeah.
So once you put the point of view in, like if I'm doing John Gruden, man, I'll tell you what, that's a tremendous question. First of all, I love that you do therapy and you had therapy when you're up on stage, man. Did you ever try to do some therapy on yourself while you're up there, man? If you could split yourself in two, which maybe you can do that, man. I don't know. But it's like it's my
Yes.
thinking merged
Yes.
with John Gruden's thinking to
Yes.
get this new thing. There are some things that he would say, but then there are some things that I would, I would want him to say. So those things get merged, and then the person. Now, is it quite the same? No, it's not exactly the same as just having your own voice on stage. I do think, and I think that's better because then people just hinge on they're waiting with bated breath on every word you're going to say a lot of that, like
Right.
what's next, what's the opinion, where are you coming from with that. I don't have a lot of that from people, which is my own fault because I haven't pushed the me part of it out there. At certain times I've worked on that some, but I do think that it's like watching Cheers back in the day when I was younger, when I was in college watching Cheers and even high school. I'd be like, I can't wait to see what each character is going to say next. And then they're like, oh yeah, I knew it. And then sometimes it was the opposite or it was different. And they'd get you with one where you think you got what they were going to say, you were anticipating it. And then they had one more joke after that. You're like, well, that's why they're writing this show and it's done so well. So I do think having your own point of view and finding yourself on stage is the best thing. Plus, writing, people are always waiting for me to do the next character. A lot of times, like if I say a name, they're
Yep.
waiting for the next name. I don't do an impression of that person. It's just a reference. Oh, and then they're disappointed.
Yeah, there you have it.
Anyone out there love John Madden impressions? I'm not going
Right.
to do one. I just wanted to know if you like them or not.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's a guy who's interested in taking a poll.
And how do you mean that, by the way, sir?
Yeah. Oh, I just took one.
You just took a poll, did you? No question. Have you ever been included? I'd be very, very surprised if no musician, singer, whatever, ever reached out to you. Have you ever been part of a recorded song?
DJs have asked me to do stuff, but
I thought
it's
so,
all,
yeah.
but it's always an impression,
Yep.
So it's like, well,
Yes,
I don't
yep.
know. They want me to do a Morgan Freeman drop or something like that. I'm like, well, I don't know. I mean, that could get you in trouble legally. I don't know. I I don't know the legalities of it, so
Oh, yeah.
I
Yep.
don't tend to mess around with that stuff.
Right.
I mean, they wanted me. There was a time where somebody came to me with this big money deal to help teach AI do some of the impressions I do.
Oh, yeah.
This was
Yep.
this was probably 5 years ago now. It's way more advanced than that, but it was like to actually work with the coders and stuff like that about cadence and voice, and they're like, well, we'll use this stuff in video games, phone stuff and digital things. I'm like, well, what are you going to do? Oh, we'll sell advertising with the voices. I'm like, well,
Oh
no,
yeah.
I can't do that. That's illegal. They're like,
Right,
but there's
right.
nobody to sue. I'm like, they'll find somebody.
There's nobody to sue. And don't
There's
know a lot
always
about
somebody
suing.
to sue.
Somebody will
Yeah.
make something up to
Mhm.
sue you for it. Yep.
Well, they're correct. If it's Morgan Freeman voice. So you hear the voice, you're not thinking that's a cool voice. You're thinking, is Morgan Freeman selling this product? So it's like using his,
Yeah.
his vocal
Yeah.
image. So it's recognizable. If I'm talking like this, Sonny, we pretty much know who it is, right?
Yes, we do.
So you're trying to take their persona and sell something with that, as opposed to just a cool
Mm-hmm.
sounding voice.
Right. Unless you do it so badly that no one could possibly mistake it for the
Well, then
real
it's a
you.
Simpsons character,
Exactly.
which they've said
It
are just
is,
bad.
yes.
A lot of times they're just bad impressions.
Yep.
I suppose that is true. I get to do it one time. Ricky, from a very, very famous musical family in the state of Minnesota, asked me if I would come in and cut a song called King of the World as Muhammad Ali. And apparently it was released worldwide, and it did really well everywhere except here. I found that rather interesting. It's like, okay,
I actually have it on my playlist.
You do?
Yes.
Is it on like Spotify or what?
Apple Music.
Oh,
It's
there
on
you go.
Apple Music, yeah. Oh yeah, I guess it did really, really well, but whatever. It just
I remember you playing that on a CD at home.
It was
when
on
I
a CD,
I was
yeah.
not very old. I couldn't have been older than maybe like 8 or 9 or something.
Oh, I
like
think it
that.
was 30 years ago, yeah.
Yeah, I was very confused. I was like, "What's going on?
Well, it was
Is
right
this
after
a real
Muhammad Ali.
song, or is this just like some sort of thing you did?" Or
I do believe that Muhammad Ali had retired by then, so he's been retired though, like 30 years, hasn't he?
Oh, he's been,
Ali retired.
40 years.
let's see, Muhammad
Yeah,
Ali
probably 40
retired
years,
in
right.
1981.
So there you go.
Yep.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It was 7 years after he retired, so I guess
Well, I was
wasn't
born 5 years after he retired, so you probably
There you have it.
waited to show that one to me for a while.
No question about it. But I mean, that's kind of cool when you realize that something you recorded is being played on the other. I guess in Japan it was the biggest in Japan. The Japanese loved it. So
They just didn't know what I was saying.
Yeah, I suppose that's probably true. You probably couldn't tell. I don't know. You must get asked to do a lot of commercials, things like that, don't you, Frank?
Yeah, but again, it's all impression stuff, you know?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Never
I mean-
just you.
as long as there's some dough coming in, that's a good part.
Yeah, but again, with radio, with audio, you can get away with some celebrity voice impersonated. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't.
Right.
But as soon as you go into anything bigger than that, they start to look at it like likeness,
Yep.
image, and stuff like that. Now, if I were the person that my image or likeness was being used to portray, to sell this, I would not want it either. I look
Yeah,
at it that
no,
way.
I
Like I
agree.
look at it from their
Yep.
their point of view. So, it's especially Morgan Freeman. I think he sues everybody, and he should. I think that's the
He does, doesn't he?
yeah. I think that's I think I know somebody. I did a Madden thing years and years ago.
Oh, I
that was
remember,
a local. Yeah, local thing for a Houston basketball backboard company, and they get somebody called them about it, and they're like, just put celebrity voice impersonator. But then I did some TV commercials where it's Madden makeup and stuff like that, and they're like, this is a lawsuit, and I think they're probably they're
God,
probably yeah. But I mean, there's that story Barkley told on the Kelsey Brothers podcast where John Madden called Charles Barkley and wanted to sue me, and he's like, come on, man, this guy does a lot and is using our voices and stuff like that, but he makes us a lot of money.
Well, that's
But
a
Madden
good
just
thing.
Madden just disliked me so much that he wanted and did he have a case? I think maybe somewhat, but it's parody. If it's done, you don't have control when you do the ad. You know what you're doing, and if you're doing it tongue in cheek, it doesn't mean they're not going to pitch it and pretend like the actual person is trying to sell the
Right,
product. It's
right.
whenever you try to sell something, that's when it becomes much more difficult.
yeah.
If it's parody and having fun, well, then you can. I mean, we had a lawyer on my show on Frank TV that got he had parody law completely backwards. He's like,
Oh,
you can't just do an impression of somebody. You have to be parodying uh, the
sure.
whole show that they're on. Like, well, no, I'm just doing a parody of the person. And it's I'm like, Saturday Night Live does it all the time. Well, they probably have. I don't. Well, if it's been done that much, we're not going to get smashed. You know.
No, that is true. I got a couple of, more than a couple, several people want to know when you realized you could do impressions, and is there a number one person you tried to do first? They want to know how did it all start, I guess.
I mean, as a kid, I would do a bunch of impressions of friends and family members
Oh,
and
yeah.
teachers and stuff like that. Everybody, I think, does some of that. There was some of that watching in living color and Saturday Night Live and imitating those characters. Um, and then what was the second part? Oh, the first impression. Leno was probably the first impression I figured out. I jutted my chin out. I was looking in the mirror like, "Hey, how would
Really?
you like some nacho cheese flavored Doritos? Crunchy like let me
Oh yeah.
So there was that. I mean, but doing the impressions of people's characters on SNL, it's easier to do a mimic a character because that's the same as a cartoon voice because it's already a bigger character that's already been created. It's
Yep.
hard to find people's natural nuances when they're
Yeah.
just talking
Yep.
regularly in conversation.
No, that's a really good point, and no question about that.
Did you ever do Fire Marshal Bill?
Let me show you something.
Yeah.
Well, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. So, you may have noticed that I haven't brought up where Frank is and when he's going to be on stage and all that stuff. But if I bring it up, they're just going to rush the place because it's sold out and they're going to try to break in. Don't you think?
That's what I'm here for, is stop them at the door.
They got the cop, they got the huge cop. Would you ever cause, how tall are you? I'm
Me?
talking about Officer
ha-
Dave. I'm talking about you.
I have the.
Wait a minute.
I have the
Andy's got
banner.
it. Andy's got the
There it
banner.
is. I got the banner.
6'4", weighs 330, and a body fat percentage of 0.
That's right.
Not quite, but yeah.
I mean, that's
Not
like
quite
that's
yet.
like the big boss man, isn't it?
Well, he's the big
Yeah.
boss man. All right. Nice police officer in the state of Minnesota. You know, you got a psychologist with us. We got a cop. We got Andy. We got me. So halfway there. You know, it was good.
It's a
No
psychologist,
question.
a cop, and then us. You know.
And then us. Yes, a good one. And then us. That's
No-
exactly
no one,
right.
nothing in particular. We're just people.
Yep.
Oh, Frank is a very busy man. We only have him for a few more minutes. So if you think of anything you'd like to ask him, please bring that up. Because, I mean, Frank, I really, honest to God, and this may sound really goofy or whatever, but at KQRS, when all of you people would come through and come into the studio, and that was just, my God, it was heaven. There's no question about that. It was, so thank you for that. All of the people, well, the bad ones, I guess I don't want to thank, but it all works out in the end. But
Well, I always
No,
had fun because I could just sit and hang out. I mean, again, there
Yes.
are probably 5 to 10 stations left in the whole country where you can sit in for a whole show. You know, that's
yeah,
very rare. And I don't even understand. I guess most people, me, I can just add. I can be like a button-up producer presses, and then all of a sudden you have
yeah.
a sound bite or a
Need a
quick
drop right now.
a drop. Boom, there you go. See.
Exactly. Going all the way back, how old and who was it? First impression.
I mean, I think it was that Leno. I mean, first impression.
It was Leno
a
all the
non-
way. Huh?
I think
Okay.
it was that, but that was in college. I mean, in terms of freshman year in college, but probably before that would have been, I don't know, like I'm trying to think like a famous person. It would have been Damon Wayans' characters probably in
Oh,
Living
okay.
Color. The
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love that stuff.
those types of things would be the famous people impressions that I probably did. I mean, although there was stuff in high school, I guess Ted Knight, Spalding, I want you in the golf course in 5 minutes, chop chop. Or the meanwhile back at the Hall of Justice. Those things I was doing in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there were little bits of those. I'm trying to think if there was. I mean, I was a catcher in baseball, so I guess there were some I was doing in high school. I just don't remember what I was doing. I guess when I was that would have been it. Was the probably some of those. I can't remember. Oh, I walked around as Robin Williams. I worked at indoor baseball softball place.
Oh yeah.
Mike Egan's Grand Slam. I was Mike Egan's Grand Slam, and I was handing out tokens as Robin Williams. Like, oh my gosh, it's $5 for $1. It's a treat. Here we go. So those types of things. But I would talk to the batters and the ump as I was catching. Right, I was behind the plate, just trying to make disrupt the focus of everybody. So there was a lot of that kind of stuff.
Now, I do have to ask you because I get asked this all the time because I've been in radio now, I think 55 years off and on. There was a period when I just did voiceover in New York, and boy, that's gone now because AI took all of that away. That's kind of sad, actually, with all of those voices. Well, I should say most of the voices you hear on commercials now, they're not even a real person.
Well, that or they're people worth $50 million who want their $51st million. So
that's probably true.
I find that
too.
a lot, which I find very strange. It's like, why go make a $300 million movie? Stop wasting your time.
Something like that. But we only got a couple of minutes left with Frank, and I wanted to bring this up that at 15 years old at Cleveland Park, I'm listening to Sam Sherwood on KDWB, trying to find my brother who was in Vietnam at the time in the Marine Corps. And I was standing there at Cleveland Park, and I'm listening to this going, man, that's what I want to do. I want to go on the radio and interview people from around the world to do this, do that, or whatever thing. Was there one thing that really hit you and said, well, this is, I mean, you and I have pretty good lives, you have to admit. You're not going to admit it?
He's either very deep in thought or he's
frozen.
I think he is frozen up. Frozen Frankie, unfortunately. That's too bad.
About that one.
Oh, God, we only got like a couple of minutes left. I wish he hadn't frozen up. But
you might be able to see us. Frank, if you can see us, try leaving and coming back. That sometimes helps.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Well,
I'm glad real quick he did the fire marshal bill. I saw somebody chimed in there on the fire marshal bill. That was the first impression I ever did in 1992 in high school. I was in theater.
Oh yeah.
I had to do this character, and Fire Marshal Bull is what I grabbed onto. So it was fun seeing him do that. And I was going to ask him if we lost him for good. Where is he performing? And is he in town?
I was actually about to ask.
Because I want to go see him. I've never seen him before.
You can't. It's sold out.
Is it really?
Yep. It's so he's at Acme.
I figured
tonight.
Are you sure he's at Acme? Because I'm looking at their calendar and I'm not seeing him.
Well, that's maybe.
If you just Google him, will it come up?
Is he coming up in the next week or two?
Probably got like a website. I would guess.
Yeah, I thought he said he was.
Let's see. Frank Caliendo, where are you?
No, it would have been today. I think it was today. He's supposed to be at Acme.
Oh yeah, he is going to be at Acme.
Is that what it is? 11. There it is.
He's probably not on their calendar because he's sold out.
They just put it on there. November 4th.
Oh yeah, because he is sold out.
Yeah, there you go.
4th and the 5th. Oh,
he's coming back.
He is back. Yes, Frank.
It's a Tuesday and a Wednesday.
Well, let's see if your video can load there. Oh,
I like the fact that it's sideways.
Now he's sideways.
I like that.
All right, wait.
There you go. There it is.
We're trying to figure out.
So what happened was the phone, because where I was parked, the phone was actually in the sun, and it overheated.
Yep.
Yeah, that'll do it.
I've had that happen before.
Now, we know you got to go in 120 seconds anyway, so I just I was talking about the fact that I've never really had a real job in my life. That I was either like a janitor, and then I started doing radio and voiceover. So, I mean, same situation with you. Did you ever have a job before you started entertaining?
Yeah, I mean, I worked at an indoor baseball softball place, and I also worked at the grounds. I worked at the grounds crew at Westmore Country Club in Brookfield, Wisconsin. So I did that type of stuff. I never had like an office type of job. I don't think I would have survived. It would. And now
probably not.
Now I never could have. I mean, there's no way. So
your phone is very unhappy with you right now, Frank.
I thought he was vomiting.
Do you have some gas problem?
You probably can't hear it, but yes. Yeah. Every so often, your voice drops about 3 octaves for about a tenth of a second. Maybe
that's right.
It's a new impression you're doing. I don't know.
Well, he's got to go now anyway. He's only got about 30 seconds left. But Frank,
so you will be at Acme, but you're all sold out, so it's irrelevant, right?
Yeah. Don't even worry about it. Am I in normal voice mode right now, or am I down here?
You're fine.
About every 4th word drops down.
Yeah, a little bit.
Wow.
That's all right. No big deal. But
I think
Frank,
your phone's
seriously,
melted inside. Sorry.
I love the fact that I realized that, I hadn't seen Frank in a long time, and I just had the same phone number that I had registered in my phone. So reaching out to you, Frank, I really, honest to God, I can't wait to see you in person again, because it's been a long time, and I appreciate your time this morning. It's just, I've always enjoyed your company and your friendship, pal.
Well, great. And now I know to block your number. So
Yeah, absolutely. No, just get out, and that's all there is to it. Well, thank you, sir. And, the next time you're in the same town I'm in, we should go out and have a little dinner or something, Pally.
Sounds good.
All right,
Go
thanks
Pack,
very
go.
much.
Go back out. All right, guys.
Go back, go. Okay. Thanks, Frank.
Bye, Frank.
See you guys. Thanks.
Bye.